Hi, I'm Maddie Dalrymple, the host of the Indy Author Podcast, and I asked some of my guests to send me their thoughts on this question. At the midpoint of 2022, what is a creative or business accomplishment of the first half of the year that you're especially proud of, and how do you plan on continuing or expanding on that success during the second half of the year and beyond? And here's what Tiffany Yates Martin of Fox Print Editorial had to say.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Yates Martin, a career editor, the author of Intuitive Editing, and the founder of Fox Print Editorial. Maddie, you asked us to share a little bit about our creative and/or business accomplishments for the beginning of the year and what we hope to accomplish for the rest of the year. My answer sort of covers both territories. It's creative and business. My first goal was to get the audiobook of Intuitive Editing released finally 2 years after its release, because I kept hearing from a lot of authors that they would like to have it on that format. So I got that done and issued in, I think, March. And then for the remainder of the year and probably a little bit into next year, I'm focused on finishing the follow-up book to Intuitive Editing, Intuitive Character Development. I find that it's really helpful at the beginning of every year to visit what my goals are for the year. It does keep me on track creatively and business-wise, and it gives me a nice structure and focus for my business and gives me a reason to sit down at the desk every day and know what I'm working on. Thanks for including me.
The thing that stood out for me in Tiffany's perspective is when she says how helpful she finds it at the beginning of the year to visit what her goals are for that year. I think the beginning of the year is a great time to check in on your plans, but don't let it keep you from keeping an eye on those goals for the rest of the year. I have a weekly reminder in Trello, the app I use to manage my tasks, to check my quarterly plan for making, managing, and marketing goals. Those are categories I borrowed from Orna Ross of the Alliance of Independent Authors. And I generally only do a significant overhaul of those goals right before the beginning of each quarter, but checking in on them weekly means that I can make tweaks as needed, and it means that a bad plan doesn't languish for months until I catch it at a quarterly check-in. Regardless of what your schedule is, capture those goals somewhere, a journal, a document, a spreadsheet, and actually refer to them. Don't let that resource languish on an actual or virtual shelf. You can find a whole bunch of other clips of me and my podcast guests talking about the writing craft and the publishing voyage at my playlist, 2 Minutes of Indie, at the Indie Author YouTube channel.